Hey everybody, I'm here in the Reno Sparks Convention Center and I'm just about to go into the Reno Tahoe International Art Show. This is an art show that's been happening in Reno for 4 years and it is really a fantastic show. Lots of artists involved from all over the place, so we're going to go in, you'll be able to check it out, and we're going to talk with some of the artists and see how this is working for them. My name is Mark and this is We Talk Art. I wanted to jump in here before we started the video to let you know that if you're an artist that's considering doing a show like the Reno Tahoe International Art Show, then I give some of my thoughts and ideas on how you might approach that. That should help you out. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned to the end and we'll get into it now. Okay, I'm here with Joanna Drakos, who is an abstract artist and has a booth here in the Reno show, and she's going to tell us a little about her and why she's doing the show.
Hi Mark, thank you so much for stopping by my booth. I am at the Reno Tahoe International Art Show. It's my 4th year attending the show and presenting here, and I'm super excited because it's the last day, and that's usually when the most energy happens. And I'm presenting my work, which is abstract, and it's very personal and based on emotions, colors, and feelings. And as you can see, I have a variety of sizes, which is a wonderful thing to always have at an art show, littles and bigs.
And different price ranges.
Different price ranges as well is extremely helpful. This year I even did a digital photo frame, which shows additional pieces that are available that are not able to be displayed on the wall. This is my first time being positioned in the gallery section. I have many times done the Heart of Reno, and I love the central corridor and the 10 by 10 wall, which really allows me to do a good framing and gallery presentation of my various sizes.
And you've had some sales.
I've had some sales, yes.
And talked to a lot of people.
Talked to hundreds of people, which is the best part, because you make personal connections.
Yeah.
Yes. And, but the main joy we get as artists is finally showing the work. And many times we ourselves have not seen the cohesive body of work in one place all together. So it's a wonderful to see it and see that, am I satisfied with how cohesive it is as a body of work, and to see where it could go from here.
Thank you, Joanna.
Okay, you're welcome. It's very much my pleasure.
Great nature walks, crafts, activity, and this tiny on the big stage.
Hi, I'm Susan Handau. I'm an abstract artist. I'm here at the RTIA Show.
And I'm Bernie Handau, and we slipped into the show like a little, kind of by accident this year, because we just moved back and we got the spot, and we're really happy to be here.
Yeah, we're overjoyed to be here. And I have a new series that I worked on. It's more desert and muted colors. Here are the 4 pieces. They're heavily textured, and they're on wood panels. So I'm able to get more aggressive with my tools as I'm scratching and pounding into the wood after I put some modeling paste on there that I use. So these are brand new for me, and I'm really excited to share it with the people that come by. And I love to get their reactions of my new work.
Yeah, I'm on the other side here on this one, and I do different abstract things, smaller ones, bigger ones, and I experiment with materials like alcohol, ink, abstract color, and then gypsum and other materials. Here is a rubber coating on it, and we have different things. That's on wood panel, that's on canvas. Down here, that's on wood panel, and then that's more on the shiny side. So those are those, but not this one so much. And I have a really thick layer of acrylic color and this on those ones, and then alcohol ink here on top. And it kind of floats in there.
How's the show been for you guys?
Oh, I have personally sold out of my series that I had yesterday. So I was able to bring my new series here today. So yes, the show's been great.
Pretty good.
And also meeting all the different artists that are here, it's just fabulous. Well, it's so rewarding.
And we're going to exchange a few things with other artists. We already arranged that today.
Yes.
So we're going to switch things out. What they give us some, we give them some. Well, that's a good experience too.
It's a good experience, and also it's very rewarding and a kind of a great compliment from another artist, especially one that we really like. So, yeah, the show's been great.
Yeah.
Well, good luck for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Mark.
Yeah, thank you, Mark.
I'm Ashley Gottlieb. I'm a local artist here in Reno, Nevada. This behind me is my colorful work. I work abstractly and am inspired by nature, obviously all things color, travel. This is my third year here at the Reno Tahoe International Art Show, and it's always one of my favorite times of the year. I get to meet and talk with new people and, most of all, get my art out into the world.
Sarah knows how to find it. And have you had some sales here? Has it been good?
I have, yes. That's why I keep coming back each year.
Hi, I'm Jinny Tomozy, and my work back here consists of wildlife and landscape, and I work in gouache, acrylic, and oil. And this is my fourth year in the RTIA Show, and I think it's a great way to show our art. It's like the biggest fine art event in the area, and it's just a great way to meet other artists and meet collectors and just get yourself out there.
I'm Sarah Shores. I work with clay and ceramics, and I'm from Reno, Nevada. This is actually my first art show, and yeah, I'm really excited to be here. I actually just heard about it through the grapevine, and after being here, it's just such an amazing opportunity to meet all the other artists, and I'm having a great time. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jenny Snaza. This is my work. It's my second year at RTIA. It's been a great crowd, like seeing all the community come together. So I'm making portraits right now. I start with ceramic and tie them together into knot forms, and then the form kind of dictates the portraits that emerge. They're painted pretty loosely, and then I go back in and do the lines. And I feel like they're a lot about these points in our life where we have a lot of change. And so like when I became a mom, like my identity kind of shifted, and it changes you. So I think I'm trying to say that in the work, and I hope it's coming out. So, yeah.
Is the show working for you? Are you having a good time here?
Yeah, it's been a great show. I love the Reno community coming, and then a lot of people coming from California out of state to see the artists, and mostly I just love the artist community in Reno. Everyone supports each other, so it's really great.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Hi, my name is Edward Jankowski. I'm a local artist here in Reno, Nevada. I've been here about 10 years, originally from Chicagoland area. I've been an artist my entire life. My first painting I ever did, I did when I was about 8 years old. I hadn't done oil paints for 40 plus years, not since I was a teenager, so you can do the math, I'm kind of old. And I rediscovered oils in the pandemic by taking a Bierstadt painting, taking the hardest one I could find, and it took me 12 months to create. It's a magnificent piece. I love Albert Bierstadt. I love the Hudson Valley School of Painting. I love the colors, the textures, and the romanticism. I then decided, yeah, you know what, I think I could do this. And then I started creating these other large format paintings. It's been a journey. These paintings, these big format paintings take me between 9 months and 6 months to create. And then I decided, well, that was a lot. I decided to go smaller. And I have a friend who invited me to a beautiful little secret meadow that I just absolutely fell in love with. And that's what I've been painting as of late. My style has gotten a little bit looser than these kind of Hudson Valley-esque paintings that I've done in the past, but still have that punch, that high contrast to them. So I've done these up here. These were my last paintings, and my style is kind of really changing. I'm really excited once the show is over to do another big format painting, kind of in this more ethereal, looser style, but still somewhat tight, and see what I could do.
And how's the show been for you?
I haven't sold a thing. But you know what? That's okay. I have actually met a lot of great people. I've made some connections. I was hoping to sell some pieces. It just hasn't happened. And that's all right. I've talked to a lot of other artists, which is a great thing to do. I'm in the art industry. I'm an artist. I'm an art director. So I do talk to artists all the time. But it's a little bit different to talk to fine artists. And what's really, really interesting is that everybody here is a fine artist, and how they interpret what they're looking at is totally different. It's so cool to be here and experience this, and all the people that have come in that just admire art, and be able to talk to them and kind of take them through my journey and my current passion of oil painting and landscapes.
Hi, I'm April Gratrix, and this is my art. I've been at the RTIA for 4 years now, and I think it's a great space just to not only sell your art, but to meet people, meet other artists, and meet people of the community that hopefully buy your art. But I would say my style is very graphic, illustratory kind of style. I like to use a lot of black lines and stippling to differentiate the landscapes. And I like rocks and nature and trees. I don't know. That's all.
Well, my name is Bill Burrows, and I'm the president of the Latimer Art Club, the oldest art club in Nevada, founded in 1921. I was here last year with my own booth, and so were several of my fellow Latimers, and we got to talking. Maybe we should join forces and have one big booth. So we did. A lot of work, and here we are in a 20 by 30 foot carpeted booth with 1,800 square feet of wall space inside and out, and I am right here at the entrance, on the back entrance, with my work. As you can see, I like animals. These are all acrylic, and I'm right next door to another amazing animal artist, Tracy Goff, and she is mostly oils, although she does have one little watercolor down there that I'm very impressed with. And we are situated at the Reno Tahoe International Art Show, which is just a tremendous event. Even if I didn't sell a single painting, I love coming here because I love talking to other artists looking at their work, all kinds of artists, sculptors and collage artists and oil painters and acrylic painters and abstract impressionism, realism, everything you can imagine and more. It's here. Looking forward to whatever other opportunity I have to display my work, which is, I know, has to be the Latimer statewide miniature show, which the deadline to enter is the 20th. What is today? The 14th? Something like that. So I have a week, but that's just to enter, to say what you're going to enter and what it's going to be called. And then I have till the 28th to drop off the artwork, but that's
open to everybody, right?
That's open to everybody. I don't even think you have to be in Nevada. I think they say it's statewide, but I think if somebody wanted to enter from California or something, you don't have to live. Okay, but anyway,
How many members?
we currently have, I believe, 110 members. Founded in 1921, named after Bay Area artist of the time, Lorenzo Latimer. But now we don't just have plein air painters, we don't just have watercolorists, we have all kinds of artists. We just want you to be a creator of whatever the definition of fine art is. To me, that's something that you can hang on the wall. If you can frame it and hang it on the wall, it qualifies as art for being a Latimer member, or to be a Latimer. They call us Latimers, at least they used to. I'm trying to revive that now.
Hi, I'm Jeff Willis with the Latimer Art Group. This is my work here. I do primarily in oil painting and some acrylic. I love doing beautiful landscape work. For example, here I have my, what I call the ghost cypress from 17 Mile Drive in Monterey. Several different pictures of local with Lake Tahoe, the Sierras. And then I branched out even to do something, one of the castles with the Mickey ears in it, which I really love. I've really enjoyed being a member of the Latimer Club. It's given me the opportunity to participate with groups like this and be a part of this show. And I love working with all the other artists and meeting new artists. It's been a real pleasure to be here.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Mast, and I'm a member of Latimer Art Club. I was the booth organizer for our lovely booth at RTIA 2025. I am a realistic painter. I love painting clouds and landscapes. I also do commissions for people. People love their dogs, so I always get calls about getting dogs painted. So.
What medium do you work in?
I work in acrylic primarily, but I do paint in watercolor and oil as well. So.
Oh, what do you think of the show?
I love the show. I'm having a really good time at this show. Being with a group is really exciting because we're just all working together and talking, learning different things from each other, and just good to have that family kind of feel. So.
Hi, Carola and Roach. This is my work. I'm in the Latimer Art Club, and this show is the RTIA. It's a really great show. There's a lot of wonderful work here today and this whole weekend.
What kind of work are you making?
Acrylic painting, landscape paintings, kind of abstracted. My new series.
Hello, my name is Jutta. I am a member of the Latimer Club, and this is my work. I am working mainly in oil, and I am an abstract painter, and I paint mainly abstract, impressionistic, landscape, and feelings I have when I'm hiking, and I take the idea of the very first glimpse and the first impression I have on my hikes and transfer it into oil on canvas. and I mainly use vibrant colors, natural oil colors, and I try to draw the viewer into my painting and enjoy the hike themselves and get more inspirations to explore nature and their own path.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Carol Foldvary-Anderson, and this is my art. I have been doing abstract expressionists, and this is my Color Place series. This is my most recent, and Mark complimented me on my totem. But what I'm really excited about is explaining the oil pastel smudge technique. The oil pastel smudge technique is done with templates. And it's a positive negative thing. Here is a positive cloud. And you put the oil pastel on the edges. That's how you get your hard edges. Now this cloud can also be one of these rocks or a bush. So a positive piece makes a negative smudge. And a negative makes a positive smudge. If I wanted a tree, put the oil pastel around the tree and smudge it in. So I'm here at the RTIA Reno Tahoe International Art Show showing with the Latimer Art Club of Reno and having a wonderful time.
Okay, hi, I'm John Edmondo. I'm with the Latimer Group here at the RTIA, the Reno Tahoe International Art Show. And this is my work. I have a background in graphic design and have always drawn and painted. Spent most of my life hanging out in outdoor spaces, the Sierra Nevada. And so it's the inspiration for my work. I wish there was a little more on the wall here, but I sold a number of pieces today. But I paint mostly in acrylic. I like to call what I do graphic impressionism. It shows my graphic design side. I like to keep things somewhat minimalist in some ways, but I love bright color. So, okay, what else should I say?
I think that covers it.
That it covers it? Okay, all right.
I'm going to come in here and get some height.
I would like to add that every painter in the Latimer Art Club next year will be painting trees.
We'll all be tree people.
We will all be tree people.
That's funny.
Yeah. Happy trees.
Gosh.
Happy trees.
Yeah, right?
Hey, my name's Bailey Lay. I'm an oil painter from Northeast Oregon, La Grande. I'm self-taught and just started painting about 4 years ago. So my style is really experimental and fresh and loose. Here's my work. Yeah, I paint from memory and childhood and sort of a dream-like inspiration. And I have loved the show so far because there's such an interesting diversity of artists here and so much to be inspired by and so many people to talk to. And it's my first time here, so it's just been a lot to take in and absorb.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Pert. I'm an artist based in Sacramento, California, and these are my visionary landscape paintings. I paint to envision a future where we have healed our relationship with nature. I grew up nearby in Placerville, California. This is my first time showing at the Reno Tahoe International Art Show, and I'm so honored to be here and connect with all the amazing collectors and patrons of the arts and also nature enthusiasts. So I've had a wonderful show. I've met a lot of new collectors. I sent a larger scale painting home with a collector in South Lake Tahoe yesterday. So honored to be featured in their custom home in Tahoe. So I'll be back next year. I'm having a fabulous time meeting a variety of people. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Jaxx Art, and I am from Las Vegas, Nevada. I am here my first time at the Reno International Art Show. I'm a featured artist with the Nevada Arts Council and in collaboration with the RTIC. Anyhow, I am here to show my pop culture art. It's mixed media. I build layers with abstract spray paint and 60s theme landmarks, celebrity, historic. My theme is history. So you'll see I have Andy Warhol right above me. I thought he would be a great addition to the show because he is, to me, the father of pop culture, and I am very inspired by him. So then I have some boom boxes behind me, and that's also kind of like history with the 80s music, art culture. And I use bold, loud colors because it's very fun and it attracts audience from all ages. So that's a little bit about my art. Everything that I do, it is layers. So I use a digital collage that I create. I use different elements from previous paintings and I build layers.
And then, is this your first time here?
Yes, this is my first time at the Reno International Show, and it's actually my first time in Reno. It's been a great experience. I've met so many great exhibitors, the people here. It's been a great city. It's very fun. I'm very proud to be here, and I can't wait to come back next year.
My name is Jesus Gonzalez. My work is about animals and mythology or archetypes. Basically just stories that I would like for the public to relate to. This is my first time doing this show. I'm very excited to be here. And it's a really great experience. I'm glad I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from the public. And I would definitely do it again.
My name is Debbie Richards, and this is my first time at the Reno Show. I've had a wonderful time. Meeting other artists, meeting collectors. I've learned so much from other artists. It's just been a really, really great experience. I work in wool mostly. I do wet felting. I've incorporated different types of wools. So I have some Icelandic. I work with merino, Romney. This is actually goat, so it's mohair. So different fibers that can come together and make mostly wall hangings is what I work with. I love working on the larger pieces. I'm trained as a silversmith, but I've really been drawn to the fibers. I just love the way that they feel. There's something very tactile about them. But I have incorporated some metal into my wool work as well. So I've started incorporating some copper into my wool work, mesh copper, some copper pieces that I have actually painted with alcohol inks. And wool is just a really great, versatile fiber. You can make vessels from it and 3D pieces. It's an incredible medium. I love working with the wool. There's so much you can do with it.
Hi, I'm Karma Henry. This is my second year at the Reno Tahoe International Art Show, and I am enjoying my second experience. I am a painter based in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and all of my work is a process. I photograph the landscapes, I paint them in the studio, and then I use an overlay based on Paiute basketry. And I play with color a lot, so it's something different, and it generally catches your eye. Mostly, I'm just happy to be in my studio painting away. And you can find my work at karmahenry.com.
Hello. My name is Najoni Whitehat, and I am a playwright, an actor first and foremost, a playwright, and a poet. And I'm here supporting other artists in the collective of the Great Basin Native Artists. So the Great Basin Native Artists Gallery, which is located in the Stewart Indian School, Cultural Center Museum in Carson City, Nevada. We currently have an exposition of one of our current artists, Kim Lawson, and they'll be up until October 31st. So I'm here promoting those.
Hello, I'm Melissa Melero-Moose. I'm a contemporary painter, a Paiute painter here in Nevada. I'm here with the Great Basin Native Artists with our gallery that's located at Stewart Indian School Cultural Center and Museum in Nevada, or in Carson City, Nevada. This is the first time we're here at the Reno Tahoe International Art Show. We got invited to do kind of like a couple of our artists. Actually, we got to show about 10 plus of our artists in our little block here. And so we're really excited. A lot of them are super excited about getting to show for the first time sort of on this level. And this is one of my pieces. It's called Legacy. And it has to do with just basketry, sort of abstraction of the Great Basin, our landscape, basketry, textures, colors, all of that good stuff.
I hope you enjoyed this small glimpse into this big show. Now, keep in mind, I only had an opportunity to video a handful of the artists. There were lots of them. And I talked to many over the 3-day period. And unfortunately, because of time, energy, and logistics, I just couldn't videotape everybody I wanted to. There was just a ton of really wonderful art and artists. And what I've done is I've given a list of all the artists that I've shown you in this video, but I've also added some other artists that caught my eye, people I know, or people that you may be interested in down below in the show notes. So be sure to check those out. And now the promised discussion of, if you're an artist and you're interested in doing a show like the RTIA, then there's some things you might want to consider. The first of which is that the organizers of this show have told me that they're going to be doing a show in May of 2026 in Salt Lake City, and they expect it to even be bigger and grander than this show. If that's of interest to you, then get on the Reno Tahoe International Art Show website and check out that. I think there'll be information on that promptly. So as I was walking around the show and interacting with the artists, and I've been to other art shows of all sizes and so forth, I had a series of ideas and thoughts that I should pass on to you if you're considering doing a show like this. I think the top first thing you should consider is make sure you pick your show wisely. It takes a lot of money, time, and effort to do a show like this, and choosing the wrong show could quite possibly leave you disappointed, let's say. So considerations in picking a show is that whatever level you are in your career as an artist, you want to make sure that you're choosing a show that works for your level. If you're just a hobbyist trying to emerge into becoming kind of an emerging artist and selling your work first time, you don't want to be in a high-end show like the one we just saw. The work's too high, expensive, and you would stand out as a beginner. If you're well into your career, selling regularly, have collectors, and so forth, you don't want to be going to your local craft show and trying to sell your work there. So finding a show where your work fits in and is priced appropriately and you're of the caliber of the artist there is going to be a really important part of that. Another consideration is some shows have specific genres, such as Western art or abstract and so forth. So you want to make sure that if you have a specific style or genre that you're in, that this show is open to that. A good way to figure all of that out is to try to track down the website and look at information on previous shows. What artists were showing, what kind of art were they showing, if you get some idea of price ranges, so you can figure out, is this show really the show that's going to work for me? Are you going to find the people that are going to want to buy your work at that show? To extend on that, you want to make sure you have a body of work ready that's going to be worthy of that show. If you're going to get a 10 by 10 or a 4 by 8 or a larger booth, you want to make sure you have enough art to fill that well, and it's your best art. You don't want to get there and not have enough art to show off, or that it's too varied in its nature, or it's not your best work. If you're going to spend the money and time and energy to do a show like this, you want it to be your best art and you want to have enough of it. something you might want to think about is that if you sold all your work, would the show be worth it with all the expenses that go along with it? And probably you're not going to sell all your work, so you need to kind of consider that. Usually an indicator of success is if you've sold 4 times the booth fee. But you should also keep in mind that if you're traveling to the show, those are expenses. You may have to buy things to make this work. So I'd consider that all expenses. So if you're looking at spending $1,500 to get a booth in one of these shows, which is just a number I picked out of the air, it's not specific to any show, but you should be able to make 4 times that in sales. And so if you don't have enough inventory to do that, that's an indicator that you may not be ready for the show. As I previously mentioned, I think you should really concentrate on showing your best work. A lot of artists have a lot of range, and I've seen some artists use a little bit of the shotgun approach to these kind of shows, showing off a real variety to see what people gravitate to. But I think overall that doesn't transmit the right message to your buyers. Your buyers want to see that you have a body of work that is consistent and growing and marketable. And they're not going to want to see your abstract and Western and landscape and portraiture. You need to concentrate on one genre and have all your work the best in that. And again, having enough to fill out that booth and maybe having some more pieces. So although the shotgun approach may work for some, throwing up everything to see what people gravitate to, again, I highly recommend developing a body of work, if you don't already have it, that is specific to the show, that has a consistency in presentation, meaning the framing, whether it's on panels or canvas or paper. It should be framed very similarly. You should have consistent sizes, not just a hodgepodge of sizes from, a 4x6 all the way up to some other panoramic size. You should pick a few different aspect ratios and sizes that work. So when you present your body of work, it looks consistent, it looks like you have direction, and it looks like you have a style and consistency to your work. That's going to translate out to the buyers. Also, the buyers are walking by and they may be seeing your booth from a distance, and they're making decisions whether they want to look at your work or not, often from a distance, and a chaotic presentation may not be enough to draw people in. You need to have a presentation that can be seen from a little bit of a distance, that's appealing, and they know what they're going to get if they decide to walk into your space. Another thought that I saw replicated within this show that I think is a pretty good idea is to make sure you have a hero piece. And a hero piece is usually a larger piece. It is your best work. It is something that you want to put front and center in your booth so that people can see it and it draws them in. Having a whole lot of small pieces may not give them a sense from a distance or as they're walking by that they want to spend time with you. So that hero piece draws them in. Another thing is a lot of people are going to correlate the ability to do those large size images as a quality and as a dedication and as a sign of your competence as an artist. And so the hero piece may not be something you'll sell. You should have a pretty good price on that, but it may draw people in to be able to sell them other aspects of your work or other sizes. With the talk of the hero piece, I also want to mention that it's a really good idea to have work that has a large range of prices, from fairly affordable all the way up to your hero piece. It might be a fairly expensive piece of art. The idea here is that different people may be in different parts of their life and may not be in a position to buy a $5,000 30 by 40 piece of artwork. And there may be a lot of reasons for that. They may not have room in their house. They may not have the budget for it right now. Maybe we're going to the holidays and they're thinking more about gifts rather than their own buying. So having this opportunity to buy either smaller pieces or possibly reproductions gives them an opportunity, or you an opportunity, to actually sell something to them and make that connection. And that's, if you can send them home with a piece of your work that's a good start to having a collector. You don't know that a few years down the road, they might buy a bigger house and need a big piece of art, and then you might be the artist that's on their mind. So having the ability to sell things at different price points is a really important thing. I would again advocate consistency and not just having your prices and sizes all over the board. But if you're an oil painter, you might consider having some small, maybe 10 by 10s or 6 by 6s, something that conveys your size. You usually can do those more rapidly, so you can get those in a better price point. And then giclée prints are always a good option too. I'm not going to go into it now, but if you are going to do prints, you should have strategy around that. You don't want your prints to devalue your originals, so you need to come up with a strategy to which you can sell those reproductions and also be successful with your originals. Make sure you have collateral. You're going to be interacting with a lot of different people, and you don't honestly know who will be walking into your booth. It may be that it's just the typical art buyer, collector, but you might also be encountering gallery owners, art publishers, interior designers, and a variety of other kinds of people that you really want to establish a connection with. And that connection is probably going to be first introduced by giving them some kind of collateral that they can do more research on you with. And so it's highly important to have some level of collateral, even beyond a business card. Something that can get them into your website, tells them a little bit about you. And keep in mind, these people are walking around seeing thousands of pieces of art and lots of different artists. You need something that when they get home and look through that collateral, that it connects you with that collateral and makes them want to look further into you as an artist. Be ready to show people more than the work that you can hang. Most of the booths and spaces that you're going to get in these kind of shows is going to probably be kind of scary small. A 4x8 panel or a 10x10 panel or a small little cubby. Unless you're going to really put out a lot of money, you need to be able to show enough representation of your work to attract your buyers into your space. But if they're not seeing something that they absolutely want, even though they like your work, you have to have the ability to show more. So you have to have some level of presentation, such as a portfolio or a digital presentation. Now, this does not include the photo apps on your phone. Do not go scrolling through your pictures on your phone of your vacations and birthdays and what you ate last week to find pictures to show people. You need to have a mechanism where all those images are prepared, ready to go, and that you can navigate those rapidly and fast to find specific pictures that you want to show to a potential buyer. So there are apps for that. You could just have your phone linked to your website. Variety of different other ways, but make sure you have a concise, professional way to show people more work. Now, with that said, when someone walks into your booth, and a really important thing that you need to deduce really rapidly with a customer is, what are they interested in? Did they gravitate to a piece of work, or are they looking at your body of work as a whole? If they're looking at a specific piece of work, do not muddle that buying decision with other pieces. Sell them that piece. If they're not really gravitating to a specific piece and you feel like they may walk out without buying, that's the time to start talking about other work that you may have at the show, in storage, or that you have at home. And then if you do commissions, that's a great time to discuss commissions, and that should also be part of your collateral. Some shows offer some amount of storage space so that you can bring more work than you can display. This is a really good opportunity, because if you sell pieces and the buyers are going to take them immediately, you're going to have holes in the wall. That's a good indicator to other buyers that you are selling your work, but you may want to fill that with another piece. And so having the ability to have some storage and some pieces as a backup is a good thing. And occasionally you may be selling someone something and they may not be quite interested, as I said before, in what you're showing. They just like your work. It gives you an opportunity to bring out other pieces and show those potential buyers. So if you're shy, I'm sorry, you're going to have to learn how to be bold, have the ability to talk about you and your artwork. You need to imagine yourself as an actor on a stage when you're doing these kind of things. You need to be present, you need to be up, and you need to be able to talk about yourself and not be shy. Art buyers are buying the story and the artist as much as the art. It is a whole discussion that I'll probably make another video about, but just know that those art buyers are going to want your story. They want to know what motivates you. They want to know about your techniques, and they're going to want to know a specific image and what it means or what it was modeled after or where you created it. They're going to want to know the story. So be prepared for all your pieces to know what the story is and to be able to have a pretty good discussion about you, your background, your interest, and why you're there selling art. If you're going to spend all this money, time, energy on having a booth, be attentive, be up, be presentable, be ready. I saw a lot of artists that were on their phones, they were on pads, they were reading, they were chatting to people, not selling. And those are the kind of things that when someone's walking by and sees you on your phone tapping away, they may not interrupt you to ask you a question about your art or want to see your art or anything like that. You got to be attentive. You got to be also aware that people might be looking at your booth from farther away than just the immediate vicinity around you. You should be always scanning the audience, seeing who's looking at you. Make eye contact with those people. Invite people into your booth. Have opening lines that kind of draw people in. This is not the time to be diverted with other things such as social media and so forth. Be present. Be aware of what's going on. There will be lulls where you can take breaks, get a drink, get something to eat, talk to your neighbors, but just be aware when people are around, you need to be present. That's going to be the thing that's going to cause people to show interest in you, show interest in your artwork, and be there. So that's a really important point too. One other skill to doing booths like this is realizing who you need to talk to and who is just a distraction. There's some people that are going to come around and just want to talk to you. And you kind of got to identify that these people want to talk to you, but they're not really interested in your art. And you don't want to cut these people off. You just need to come up with kind of polite ways to extract yourself from someone who's just looking to demand a lot of attention from you. And this could also be friends and family. And I'm not saying be rude or anything like that, but figuring out a polite way to extract yourself from a conversation that's not going toward a sale. Sometimes wannabe artists will want to know, what kind of paint you use, and they basically want a little art class in your booth. And you got to cut those people off, especially if you have people coming into your space that may need attention. And so it's an easy way. One easy way is just to say, why don't you look at my work for a little bit? I'm going to go and talk to these people. I'll get back with you in a few minutes. Another thing is you can just basically say, I really enjoy talking with you, but this is a really busy time for me. I need to be interacting with my buyers. I appreciate your time. Feel free to send me an email if you have any questions about my work or so forth. So come up with ways to extract yourself, identify those people. You don't want to be too anxious to kick people out. Sometimes they don't always make their intentions clear right away, but I will tell you that there's always going to be people that are going to want your attention and time and may not really be after buying your work. They don't understand how much money and energy and time you spent to be there to sell your work, and they just think that it's a good opportunity to chat with someone who's creative. So my final thoughts are just about the work and energy it takes to set up these booths. If you're going to do a show, make sure you know all the amenities and all the services that they're going to offer you and what they're not going to offer you. You have to know if you're going to have lighting. Are you going to have things to hang? Or are you going to have to bring your own hanging equipment and so forth? Are you going to have power at the booth? Is there a cell signal if you're trying to do credit card transactions? Or are you going to have to buy their very expensive Wi-Fi? You're probably going to need carts to get your stuff in and out of the space. Sometimes you can't park anywhere near where your booth's going to be. And to be able to get all your artwork in and out, you're going to have a cart. So there's a lot of things to consider as you're approaching these shows. And then there's regional things. Do you need a business license to sell in that environment? Do you need to collect sales tax? So you need to be aware of all these different dynamics in order to do this kind of show. The upside is there's a lot of potential. As you've seen with these artists, they've talked about collectors and viewers coming from long distances to see this show. This allows you to connect with a lot of people. And again, people are often buying the artist as much as they're buying the artwork. And their opportunity to meet you, hear your story personally, make a connection is going to put you way above someone recommending an artist that they see on a website. So take advantage of that and do well with this. I hope this gave you some good information on how to do a show like this, or at least some ideas if you're thinking about doing it. And if you enjoy this content, please consider giving us a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And I'll put a couple more videos here and here if you want to see more of my videos on this channel. Otherwise, go make some art.